Hey there, everybody. Welcome to our new edition of Big Brother 22 All-Stars live feed spoilers. Finally, we're really starting to see some campaigns happen. I mean, we're starting to get people putting a few of their cards on the table. They're not like pushing all the chips in and being like, I'm all in, like you see in like every single like Western movie ever.
Yeah, but we are seeing a lot more real sort of raw conversations with Enzo and Cody, and they're at the point that they really need to have them.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting watching them sort of hash this out over the next couple of days. And this, to me, is going to be, this is Enzo's sink or swim moment when he wants to show, are you an outstanding next level Big Brother strategist and social player? Prove it right now, yo. These next couple of days, you're either going to be like the meow meow lion or the meow meow like little tiny cat that you see in the video and you go, oh, at.
All right, listen, I feel like he is trying. He is the lion.
Okay. He's got to pull it off. Enzo, we want to hear you roar. You will be the roar moving forward now.
Even if he doesn't pull everything off, the effort is there.
The effort is there.
He gets an A for effort to start.
Well,
listen, you can't take my Enzo down.
I'm not taking Enzo. You might just end up taking yourself down. You had a chance to get rid of Nicole earlier, and you didn't do it. But anyway, we'll talk a lot about Big Move Enzo coming up here. Before we do, if you guys do like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, give us a like, and also support us further. Check those links to the store, our Patreon, and thanks again to everyone who watched our video earlier, the birthday unboxing, and all of your messages. They were very, very nice, and I appreciate it greatly.
And we also have The Bachelorette coming up tonight, so if you are also going to be watching that, we are also watching that, and we will have a video up tonight after the episode.
It's gonna be crazy, everyone.
Oh, it's gonna be a gong show. You want to have a clown car come over to The Bachelorette.
Yeah, after we've driven it around the Big Brother lot all season.
Okay, so Enzo is putting in some work right now. He really wants Memphis to stay, and this is the thing, is Memphis would probably, I feel, take Enzo to the end, or at least close to the end, because Enzo is the one person who is in both of his wise guy alliances. It wasn't Cody, it wasn't Christmas, it's Enzo. So to me, that tells me that Memphis is circling around Enzo. I think that Memphis knows that he probably can't beat Cody. I don't know, it's hard to know with Memphis because, you know, his ego is something else. It's in a clown car all by itself. Anyways, so Enzo has really been trying to sort of warn Memphis without warning Memphis that he needs to have these conversations with Cody, that he can't just sit back and be like, oh, I know I'm all right. I got the wise guys. Cody's part of the wise guys. You guys are both my wise guys. He doesn't know that Enzo has totally tattled on that to Cody, which seems to be a move that is now coming back to bite him.
It's a tough thing because it's like I like the move at the moment of Enzo telling Cody about the two wise guys.
I did too.
I think it bought him more loyalty. It's just the way that this game has sort of panned out. It's in a situation where, you know, Cody may not be vocalizing this all that much right now, but I think in the back of his head, he probably is sort of like, I want to sort of pull a number away from Enzo, so he wants to work with me a little bit more. I think that's realistic to say.
Yeah, I think that that's part of it. I think that Cody also just knows, and he has been vocal about this, that the fact that he is not in both of these wise guys alliances tells him that he's on the outs of that stuff and that he's someone that could get cut. So he doesn't really know where Memphis stands on stuff. But he does know where Christmas stands on stuff, and Christmas is coming after him.
I felt a lot for Enzo in this conversation with Memphis, because I really, really did feel like Enzo, he was just like, it was trying to come out of him. Like the information he knew, he wanted to say it, but I think he's so worried that, you know, if Enzo goes and passes all this along, then he's done. He's sort of screwed up a lot of relationships all over the place. But he was even trying to be sort of like with Memphis, how is Christmas feeling about the campaign, Memphis? What is she doing? And Memphis is like, oh, she just, she's not really doing a whole lot. She just feels like it's settled. And so it's like, well, why does she think that? And then and Memphis is then just like, oh, maybe she just feels it, that, it's all taken care of and there's not a lot that she can do. Like, Memphis, do you not think that Christmas really wants to campaign at some point this week, that her gut is being like, no, I'm going to wave a white flag and call it a day and allow the wise guys, this other group, the one that doesn't include her, to go further in the game?
I understand kind of where Memphis is coming from with it in some ways, that there has been times where people just, they know that they're done and there is no sort of last minute Hail Mary that they can throw out there to change anything, and people just kind of accept that it is what it is and they are going to enjoy their last little bit of time in the house. However, Memphis, the other thing is Memphis also feels very, very comfortable with his Wise Guys alliance. Like, he is sitting too comfortable right now.
He needs to find a way to get to the end of that tunnel, because he's got some tunnel vision and he's just he's in the dark. And that's a big part of the problem that is going on right now. But it does sort of bring us to this situation where Cody and Enzo are really having it out about this vote right now and what to do, because I think there's at least a chance that Memphis would actually want to go to the final three with this Wise Guys group. It's not a guarantee by any means, but like you said, Memphis's ego is on like such this other level that, he's more capable of doing something crazy like going to the final three with Cody and somebody like Christmas, who's openly sort of gunning for Cody.
Yes. Nobody knows what Memphis is going to do, and that is part of the issue with him being here in the final five. You don't know what really he's going to do, and he doesn't tell anybody what he's going to do, and everybody who's there all knows that he's lying about everything. And I know everybody lies in this house, but the information has been shared a lot, and Memphis knows this to some degree, because he's even said, I'm not telling anybody what my plan is because everybody talks in this house. So to some degree, he should know that there's a chance that the Wise Guys has been told.
There's this saying that I'm gonna screw up about the devil you know is worse than the devil you don't, or the devil you know is better than the devil. I think I just screwed it up. But anyway, Christmas is the devil that, I'm not saying she is the devil, this is just an analogy, people, but Christmas is the devil in Cody's mind, where he is just like, I know like where Christmas like is with like everything in the world. He knows that, and because Memphis is just sort of like, I do what I want all the time, that I think it is sort of like, well, maybe Memphis has like a sneak attack, or he has something else that he's going to get him with if he wins that veto. And I think Cody just wants things to be as boring and unexciting as possible for everyone, where there's no surprises, because Cody hates fun.
Cody wants to win, and he doesn't know for sure that he can trust Memphis, so Memphis might cut him. And he doesn't know 100% that he can beat Memphis. I think he can, and he probably can, but he might be like, maybe not sort of thing. Cody even said to Enzo, who would you rather compete against? A guy who's won 3 HOHs or a girl who was handed one?
He's not wrong. Like, that's the thing about this whole discussion and this whole debate that we are on right now, is that a lot of the points Enzo presents are very valid points, including that, okay, Memphis is someone who could get rid of Nicole at Final Four. Potentially, we could all go to the Final Three already. Like, is Memphis in his current physical condition really that much more competitive in competitions than Christmas? Like, there are a lot of valid things that Enzo brings up, but unfortunately, a lot of these valid points are points that are more beneficial to Enzo than they are necessarily to Cody, who, because Nicole seems to want to go with Cody pretty far in the game.
Yeah, Cody also has really valid points. That's why, as sort of dry as it felt like this week is going to be, this is the time that we're going to get some really good conversations, because Cody and Enzo feel like they're final two to some degree.
Yeah.
They really have been sharing a lot and talking that they want to take each other and stuff like that. But they really are in a spot now where I think Enzo knows he can't beat Cody, but he might be able to beat Memphis.
Yeah.
Cody, on the other hand, I think thinks he can probably beat everybody. Maybe Memphis. I don't know. Maybe Enzo probably, but definitely Nicole.
And I think Cody is just going to operate under that assumption of what is the best way to guarantee that I get a win. And I think he wants to keep his options open because of that.
Yeah, I agree. And, keeping Christmas around where, he's not wrong. She has stumbled into some wins.
Yeah.
And so for Cody, it's like, okay, well, is she really going to win this next thing? But he does have to keep in mind, she came real close to winning that pumpkin challenge.
This is just what I think in my head, because I know Cody's opinion of Cody. He's a big fan, and I think because of that, and I'm not saying he's arrogant all the time or anything, because I don't necessarily think 100% of the time, but he knows in his head that he's probably going to win either the HOH or the Final Four veto, and I believe that too. I think Cody's probably winning one of those comps.
Yeah.
Because of that, he doesn't really have to worry so much about the idea of being cut at Final Four. I think he's looking beyond that, and I think he's looking at the best Final Three possibility that he can get.
Yes, and I don't know for Cody if really going to the end with Memphis is the way to go.
Especially go ahead.
Especially because he's such a wild card.
Yeah, you want to go, once again, with the thing that you know, but I think these conversations are going to be ongoing. You have even sort of Nicoles' response to some of this, which I think is really kind of interesting in its own right, because she's in a spot where she can't make it seem like she's too hardcore about like having a preference, because then all of a sudden people get paranoid about her.
Yeah, she's been pretty like, whatever you guys want to do. She has said she wants Memphis out, but she's like, you guys are going to vote however you want to vote. Because if she pushes too hard on this Christmas thing, I mean, we've already seen that there are some people like Enzo that are kind of like, what's going on with this Christmas thing? So she's got to play it the way that she's playing it, which is a little more sort of just cool, so that they're not like, oh, Christmas is actually a problem.
And I think Nicole is totally acting this way too for Enzo's benefit, because I think she wants to make it seem like there is a possibility of a vote flip, or that that's going to be okay or whatever else, because I think what she's probably hoping for, because I fully believe Nicole thinks all this stuff through.
I do too.
Is that she's probably hoping that Cody and Enzo do get in more disputes over it. And they weren't fighting or anything, but they were having like, a legitimate back and forth about it. And that Cody comes back and gives her this information, because then Nicole can sort of be like, I'm telling you, this is what Enzo's wanting to do. Like, she can sort of reel Cody in even more.
Yeah, and this is what Nicole is really good at.
It's these subtle moves that kind of define a Big Brother player right now. And the thing is, early on this season, I thought Enzo was killing it with this stuff. His social game, was so on point. He was safe all the time. He was doing such a good job, but I feel like Nicole has passed him these past couple of weeks.
How dare you?
I don't like to say this.
She's been playing a good game the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, I would much rather I want to see Enzo pick up the pace, and what I'm hoping he takes away from these conversations is that, oh no, all of a sudden, I'm not in as good of a spot as I thought I was previously.
Yeah. Enzo really needs to win that veto next week. Like, unless Christmas wins something and takes care of Cody, Enzo is gonna be in trouble, because if Cody has to choose between him and Nicole, he's probably gonna pick Nicole. I think we said a couple days ago, He was saying if he's HOH, he's already gone to Enzo to be like, I am probably going to put you up to try to show everybody that we're not working together. It's like, who are you showing? Like, there's maybe 4 people left in the house. Like, I don't know who this show is for. Christmas?
Like, this is the only thing I could see that maybe changes things with this vote, with all these ridiculous things like we can't show allies and whatnot, is that Christmas is sort of pushing Nicole that they should look at targeting Cody at 4 and all that sort of stuff. If Nicole, for some ridiculous reason, I don't think she's going to do this, like goes and talks more about this stuff to Cody, could that tip the scales a little bit? Could that make Cody actually want to get Christmas out now?
I don't know. It's hard because Cody really is, like, he's listening to people, and he does listen to Enzo. We've seen them have a back and forth. I know a lot of people think that Enzo is Cody's puppet. I haven't seen it that way. I've seen a lot more of a back and forth between them. But right now, at the end of the game, it feels like a lot of people aren't listening to each other. Everyone's so close to this finish line that nobody's open to conversations right now because nothing is safe.
Yeah, everyone is stubborn. They know their game. And according to Memphis, I've got it all figured out, everybody. We're going. The last guys are going.
Oh, my God. It's going to be real something if he actually ends up going home and not realizing he's going.
If I want to know how desperate Enzo is going to get, is at one point he's just going to like start shaking Memphis and just be like, how are you not getting this, yo?
I just hope that he doesn't make the move to actually just tell Memphis, because Memphis does have a way of then going and just telling people the truth about some stuff. Like, they may just go to Cody and be like, this is how it is. I know everything, so let's work it out.
This is a very tricky next few days. We'll see where it goes, but for now, is there anything Enzo can say to Cody? Give me your ideas, your suggestions. Should he promise him, I don't know, like a fun retreat in New Jersey with the meow meow if he gets rid of...
Dear Lord!
Yeah, can Enzo give him like the 80-inch TV or whatever it was he was talking about?
Okay, that's better.
Then, I don't know, you can hang out with the meow meow, but I don't know. Give us your ideas in the comments.
Holy smokes, that's a terrible promise.
I ain't saying it's good. I'd hang out with Enzo, not right now.
I'd hang out with Enzo, but I don't need to go to New Jersey. I'm good.
Let us know what you want to see happen in the comments.
It's cold there right now.
It is getting there. It's hot here. I'll say that right
That's
now.
right.
It's October. But if you like this video, subscribe, support us further, check those links to the store, our Patreon, and we'll see you here next time.